Good day, friends. Florida Explorer here with y'all today for another exciting adventure. Today we are at the Mace-Ringer House in Brooksville, Florida, and the tour is about to start. So let's go in and check it out. I can get the door to open, sorry.
We're going to give you a space.
Oh,
so that way you
okay.
can,
Excellent.
Alright, so do you want me to start over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can leave the room if you want. Well, no, you guys gonna have to actually performance exhibit. Go away. Alright. So basically the house was built in 1856 and it was only the house was built in 1856 and it was only 4 rooms to start with. So after that we got the next 10 rooms in 1880, finished in 1890.
Okay.
We got it as the Historical Society in 1981 and it took us until 1997 to fix it enough to register it. So we registered it, and when we first got it in 1981 it looked like those pictures in the black frame. It was really rough.
That does look rough.
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay.
So once we fixed it enough, then we started like running tours, doing all kinds of things, and we have events. When we first got it, we actually saved it from being torn down because they were going to build offices in its place. I know, it's such a magnificent place.
Golly.
There's a little bit of history, and I talk about like some artifacts in here. We do have the 2 matching chairs. So the 2 arm with a high back is for a man, and the 1 arm with a low back is for a woman.
Okay.
Because she needed room for her skirt. Plus, any men who had swords would sit in the low back one so that he could keep his sword on. And then he could like brandish it and do what he had to do. So this is our church organ. We love him. He's really, really heavy. It's so beautiful. And he's got the mirror so that you can like play, but then watch for when to play and what to play.
Does it still play?
No.
No?
No, he doesn't. He sounds real bad. But we still love him. But he's making the floor.
It is very beautiful. I like it.
This is our mirrored petticoat table. It has a marble top and it's made out of mahogany. I love mahogany.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath it, there's a mirror like against the back wall. Basically, you would take the mirror and adjust it how you had to, and then a woman would come down a long hallway or a staircase to check in the mirror to see if her petticoat was showing. Yeah, and if it was, she had to go back up, readjust, and try again.
Old-fashioned style.
Old-fashioned style. Yep. So we're gonna walk through these pocket doors.
Okay.
Pocket doors are super nifty because they go into the wall, and then you have so much space to just walk in.
That is cool.
This pocket door specifically is pretty cool because they're called cross and Bible doors. Because the top looks like a cross, and then the bottom, if you really think about it,
I like that.
looks like an open Bible and not some rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
So we call them cross and Bible doors. So talk about a lot of history in here. Basically, John May built the first 4 rooms and lived here with his wife Marina. They had 2 children, and then John May died of like natural causes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it was tuberculosis.
In this house, we
And
have
then after
this piano.
after John May died,
Back in there.
Marina lived here
Piano board.
all by herself with her 2 kids for 9 years, and her mother-in-law came and helped her a little bit. So she lived here for 9 years as a widow, and then she met this guy over here. His name is Frank Saxon. We love him. So Frank Saxon and Marina had 1 child, and her name was Jessie May Saxon, and she died when she was 3.
Oh.
I know. So
Oh.
that's a picture of her at her funeral, which happened right where I'm standing.
Oh, goodness.
So after that, Frank lived here with his 2 stepkids now.
Mm-hmm.
And then he married this lady named Tallulah Hope. She wanted a bigger and better house, and he said no. But they struck up a deal. Yeah. But they struck up a deal. For every son that she gave him, he'd give her a new room and a new house. So she gave him 7. Yeah.
Just to make sure that we get the number there.
That's most of, I think that's 6 of them. So there were 7 boys in total. And that's 7 rooms plus, you know, a dining room, a foyer, but whatever else you needed, kitchen, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it got really big really fast. And this road right here is called Saxon Court. And if you go all the way down it, there's a big White House, and that's Saxon Manor.
Okay.
And that's why it was built, because she gave him all the sons.
That's quite a proposition.
Wow.
Have kids with me and I'll build rooms in the house.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really think about like genetics nowadays, it really wasn't her fault.
Right.
It was his fault.
Right.
So. This thing's called a courting candle. It's really nifty because a dad would give this to his daughter when she wanted to spend time with a boy. and he would either wind it up all the way if he really liked the boy, because when wax hit metal, the boy had to leave, or he'd go all the way down if he didn't like the boy. Yeah.
Now that's some old school parental.
Yeah. So they use the corny candle. Oh yeah.
I like that.
This is another. It's a fake piano, real organ.
Fake piano,
So it looks
real
like a piano,
organ.
but it's actually an organ. It
Oh,
has-
okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's a fake piano, but a real organ. Yeah,
Does
looks
this
like
one
a
play?
piano. I don't think it does.
No.
I think if it does, it's really out of tune.
Okay.
Occasionally people will try to play them, but I really,
I mean, I don't know how to play it. I was just curious.
it's been here for a long time. Another thing that John May really liked to do, he was just someone, he was a contractor, but he didn't want to, like, he wanted exactly what he wanted, but he didn't want to pay for it. So he wanted a fireplace in every room, like, and he only had the 4 original rooms. So he got a fireplace in every room, but they're all in adjacent corners, so they connect to one chimney. So you have to pay per chimney.
I think that's smart.
Yeah, so that's fireplace number 1. We don't have a lot of original things in the house, but that rose painting was actually original to Marina.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can tell that's on canvas. That looks nice. Was that pastels?
Yeah, I think so. But we have to, like, get it cleaned, but we're scared. It's really old. Like, super old. So this is fireplace number 2 in the dining room. I know, I love him. He's very simple. Above him is James M. Weeks, owner of Weeks Hardware Store in downtown Brooksville. It's next to the SunTrust Bank, and it's still there.
I spoke with his wife.
Yep, still has a pulley elevator and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still kicking, and there's him in all his glory. So this is an Amarola.
What is this? I was about to say that
It's
looks
an
really
Amarola. It's an Edison. This is the speaker, and
Okay.
it plays music with these little cylinders.
That is so
Right? So it does that.
cool. That is really
These are
neat.
the cylinders that it uses. And then one holds one song.
Is it just like,
They're made out of beeswax, and they're like barely etched in there.
okay. Wow.
And they're made out of beeswax. We
That's
have,
really neat.
like,
Oh, wow, there's a whole collection. Okay. Awesome. Those look like those are originals.
right? So our curator likes to keep us decorated. We love glass here. So we have depression glass, but then we also have blue hobnail milk glass. And
Mm-hmm.
we love glass. For some reason, we have so much.
I found a lot of blue glass out at Centralia.
Yeah, we love glass. So we actually have more place settings than we have table. So you can see in our little china cabinet that we have more of these place settings than we have out. Everything was given to us. So like this entire china set was like handed to us.
Wow,
They were like, here you go.
that's really nice.
Thanks. Another thing that John May really liked to do, he really wanted like extra doors.
Mm-hmm.
So he made these windows, pocket windows, and they slide all the way up into the wall above them. That way they could act like doors, but you got tabs on how many doors and from the inside to the outside, but this is a window. Yeah, so he was like,
I
no.
like this guy more and more
Yeah.
each room
he
we get
was
to.
like, I'm not doing it. This is our crystal punch bowl. We love him. No, it's actually glass. Just kidding. Same difference.
See?
It looks like crystal. Same difference. Another thing that he did was he put the staircase on the outside of the 4 rooms.
Mhm.
So the staircase that you're about to walk up was actually the outside. Like this would have been the stop of the house, and then that was on the outside.
Okay.
Therefore, it was 2 rooms and a loft instead of a 4-room house. So
Okay.
it was cheaper. So I'm gonna pass you off. My sister's gonna take you upstairs,
All right.
and she's gonna give you the upstairs half.
So please hold the railings because they're really steep.
You are lying. This is steep.
Watch your step. So as we go through this hallway, we have old newspapers. We have one from President McKinney's death. We have one from the Titanic, and one from President Lincoln's death. So this side of the house is the added on, and this one's the old one.
This side is the new side.
No, old.
Or this is the old side.
And this
Okay.
side's the new side.
Okay.
Those actually open up. You
So we're gonna go into this room. Just because he's in that room. So this is the fourth fireplace. So this is the fourth original room that John May built. This would be Jessie May's room, the little girl that passed away when she was 3. We have this beautiful dollhouse. A lady came in and she gave it to us. Her and her husband did it from scratch.
Wow.
So, and
That's really
yeah,
intricate.
she made it as like a back then period time. But so over here we have this, looks kind of like a bed, but it folds in itself. So it's like, so you can bring it, it's portable.
Okay.
And it's not common back then. So it's very neat.
Like a travel crib?
Yes. It just folds in because you can open the 2 sides, folds in, then.
Okay. What's this thing here? Is this like a
This-
toy or something?
No, this
or-
is for spelling. So right now it
Okay.
spells milk, and they can take them out and spell more things in the middle.
Interesting.
So it helps the kids
Make
spell.
learning interesting, right?
Yes. So we have these 2 really old dolls that we don't really touch. The one on the left is over 150 years old. So they're very fragile, so we don't disturb them. They just stay in this crib. I mean, like never.
Porcelain?
Her eyes are made of glass, and I think
Oh.
she is made of porcelain a little bit.
Okay.
But I know she's made of paper mache also.
Oh wow. I'm surprised she lasted that long. I'm happy she did. Excellent.
Over here, in this little thing, this is what there were mattresses made out of. It's corn husk and cotton.
Okay.
And every spring cleaning, you would take it out and redo it.
Repack the bed?
Basically, they would dry out the cotton, throw away corn husk, the new cotton, put the new corn husk in, and
Okay.
add it. And this is basically like their textbook back then. They could do like animals, colors, shapes.
This was something that they drew on, or
No, they like.
it was like literature, or like material to
Yeah,
look at?
they would like iron it on.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's neat. And how old is this?
Probably like the early, like the late 1800s, maybe early 19.
And this is an original?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
Like it's probably
I'm
one
just
that like
curious.
the kids the family had, but they donated it.
Oh, okay. Okay. So something from around that time, but just not originally from this house.
No, there's only 3 things that are original to the house that we got back. Was
okay.
the books, the law books from Dr. Stringer's son. There's a Stringer's Family Bible,
Oh,
and there's
nice.
a painting of Marina.
Okay.
Well, not of her, but flowers that was painted for Marina. Those are the only things we got back from the families.
Oh, wow.
Because when we got the house, like nothing was in here or it was destroyed.
That's sad that people would come in and destroy stuff like this.
So now we're gonna go to this room.
Okay. Oh, wow.
This is the master bedroom. So this is one of the added on rooms.
Okay.
This is a mahogany canopy wood. This dresser and the bed are the same wood.
Okay.
They're both hand carved.
Oh, yeah, it definitely looks that way for sure. You don't see good craftsmanship like that anymore.
We have 2 spinning wheels. This one spins cotton, and this one's an Elizabeth spinning wheel.
Okay. And that was what they used for making clothes and stuff like that?
Yeah, like they would spin it and it would end up on here, and when she goes 100 yards, something loud would pop, and this is called the weasel, so pop goes the weasel, the song.
Okay.
So the kids would come up and sing it.
That's neat. Okay. Oh, hey, we're learning
And then
this.
she would take everything down and restart.
Okay.
And if you look through the windows, you can see there's like 2 different types. There's one that looks like you're looking through water. So that's the 1800 glass. There's like one over here, 3 over there, and 1 over there.
It does kind of have that
Then if you
blur
like move
to it.
around,
Yeah.
because like glass is liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So. And then the other ones, the ones that they had to put in when they got the house, when they renovated it.
Now, are these the ones that go all the way up, or are those only ones
No,
on the first
Those
floor?
are on the first floor.
Okay, they didn't need to get out of the windows on the second floor?
This door actually leads to the second wraparound porch that wraps around all the way into that room.
Oh, okay. Now, there is so much interesting stuff in here.
So over here we have curling irons. This one's like a crimper.
Okay.
And you would heat over something hot like a stove. You would like curl your hair. But if it got too hot, it'd burn your hair right off. So it was either like getting your hair curled or getting a haircut basically. Because you could just burn it off in an instant.
Okay.
So you'd have to be very careful.
Definitely. Definitely. I'm glad that technology progresses.
So we have a whole bunch of little things. We have like hat pins, binoculars, fans, glasses, shoes. And over here you can see how small these shoes are.
Those things are definitely tiny. Goodness gracious. Were people skinnier back then or something?
Yeah,
I guess.
over the time. Well, they usually always wore shoes in like
Right.
their house too, so
Oh.
their feet would always just form for them. Because every
Makes
day, like
sense.
the ladies would like, even if they weren't going out, she would still get dressed in her hoop skirt, corset, makeup, shoes, just in
Mhm.
case someone came to the door she wasn't expecting. She was completely ready.
That makes sense.
And men would get dressed every day just because they go out and work,
Right. Right.
but ladies would get dressed every single day.
Oh yeah.
So, and they always wore shoes, so it just formed to the shoes.
That makes sense. And how old would you say that those are?
1900s.
1900s.
Mhm.
Definitely doesn't look like something you could go pick up today.
Probably like early
They
1900s.
look like boots with heels. All right.
And the things in the two black frames, those are all handmade.
Are those clothing or like
They're collars and cuffs, so they go around their, like the girls' necks for dresses and wrists.
Okay. Very interesting. Those thimbles? Is that what those are?
Yes, the little like, cup.
The little things for your fingers? Excellent. Now, is this more stuff like what you guys were saying they put
Yes,
into the
cotton.
beds?
And this one spins the cotton.
Okay.
Tiny.
Now, does this one make like anything, like sheets or clothes, or is there certain things that are specific to that machine?
No.
Just whatever they
They
feel like
just-
spinning.
Well, this one spins cotton and this one doesn't.
Oh,
So
okay,
It
okay.
would usually just spin cotton.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep, and all of these are also handmade too. And most of the dresses back then are handmade either by them or they have them handmade professionally too,
Okay.
if they have the money.
Now, were any of these made by these machines, or are these just all stuff that you guys had gotten?
No, they were just stuff donated, so.
Have you ever seen one of these things in action?
I haven't.
I haven't either. I was just curious. I'd like to see how they work.
I just know they end up on here.
Right? Okay.
But this, I know this would be spinning and then it would like, I think start over here and go through. But I've never seen one.
Is this like a template for a shoe?
Yeah, they would put in their shoes so they would stay the same. They wouldn't like fold in on something.
Oh, okay.
So it would say like firm.
Right, right.
Yeah, and then we have a men's and women's wool bathing suit.
So it's a unisex bathing suit, basically?
And it's wool.
Wow. I had never heard of a unisex bathing suit before. Today. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, that's a picture with the lady wearing one? $2.75. I wish the stuff was still that cheap. And who's this?
Just a picture.
Just
the
a
only
picture?
pictures we have are in the parlor and
Oh,
in the
okay.
doctor's room.
Oh, okay.
Those are the only pictures we have of the families.
Gotcha.
Because the courthouse did catch on fire twice. So
What was that? 1879 or something like that when the courthouse fire was? I think.
I know it caught on fire twice before they built the new addition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's other things that I've done research on that stops right there because of that courthouse fire. what's next?
We have one more room through here.
Alrighty.
And these are transoms, and they're all 3 rooms because you would tilt and it would open and the heat would rise. So it'd be cooler.
Okay, that makes sense.
So this is the communications room. This would have not been the communication room back then. It'd be most likely Frank Saxon's and Marina's and John May and Marina's.
And the family, they just
But we have donated. We have a 1-person and 2-person switchboard. They stopped in 1978. So if you have family in Brooksville before 1978, you can actually find them in here.
Wow. That's really neat.
My stepdad's in there.
Is he?
Yeah, and his whole family.
That's cool.
So we have the last telephone booth. It was in a high school, got torn down, and now it's a church, and they gave it to us.
What high school did it come from? Do you know?
Just one
Somewhere
in
local.
Brooksville.
That's some dinosaur technology. But it's so cool though.
So we have different phones through the years and different typewriters also. And those 2 are princess phones because they go over the numbers.
Okay. And what's this stuff down here? Dial office test set?
Yeah, they're just more things that would be like the central office and communication offices.
So this folds up, it was actually one of the easiest things.
And now there was a communication center here in the house, or was this something
No,
that was added
not in
after
the
this?
house.
Oh, okay.
In Brooksville there was,
Mhm.
but this would have been Frank Saxon and Marina's and John May and Marina's room, most likely.
Okay.
But we have so much donated, I guess they just made it into one.
Mhm.
They just decided, oh, we
It
should.
collates.
Women would take pictures
Excellent.
of old things and they
Yeah,
paste
this
them
is pretty cool. I like that stuff. Looks like a dinosaur, but
So we have this baseball, and it's huge. It has 1 hole here and 6 here. It's used for the blind. It has a beeper in it, so it's rechargeable, and sound comes out here. So they play baseball with it.
from what I was
And there's first,
Wow.
3rd, and home. There's no second base, and they all beeped, and there's no running on the field. And the only people who weren't blind was the pitcher and catcher.
so they were able to play because of the sound that was emitted from the ball.
Yep. This
Wow.
would make a sound when they threw it, and then the bases would also beep. And
Okay.
it's in here because the telephone pioneers made it.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
And then we also have Braille playing cards right here.
for potty trained boys.
So you can see the Braille right there.
Girls can also wear them.
That's neat. I have never seen that before either.
So they can play cards, and they're also in here because the Bell South Pioneers made it also.
Okay. Oh, so this is Bell South equipment.
These 2 are.
Oh, those are. Okay.
This chair right here is actually
Is Bell South still operating, do you know? I think they are. I'm not sure.
chamber file.
I'm not sure either.
These swords you see in here, these are my favorite.
And we have
Original doors, the same glass as original.
mailboxes. And they're very small. You can see how small they are. This one opens.
Looks like P.O. boxes. And this is the mailman's uniform here
Yes.
with stars. That's cool.
So this room leads out to the second wraparound porch that I was talking about.
Okay.
And we have old radios.
You know what the date is on this map? I just don't see any dates.
Probably like 1900s. A lot of our donations are from 1900s.
Because I noticed that there's no Spring Hill, and I've seen Spring Hill on some older maps before, so I was figuring that one's probably pretty old without Spring Hill being on it.
So it's our third fireplace. This is the third original room that John May built.
Okay.
And then these ones do work. If you want to try them, if you you see, it moves. So I move it 5, it moves 5 times. If I do it 1, it moves once. If I do 0, it moves 10 times. And then when I put it down, it restarts.
That's just awesome. I don't know what to say. That is so awesome. It's so old, but that's awesome. And now, you just to make a phone call, it has to do all that right there. That is really cool. And now, is this something that you would find in someone's home back then, or would this
No,
be
this
something that
would-
would be like at a phone hub or something like
Yeah,
that?
this would be like in the communications office.
Okay, that's really cool.
But you wouldn't find this in here.
Really old, but really, really
It
neat.
just shows how it works. And then also back then they had party lines. You know what those were?
Yeah, you had one line that went into the neighborhood, and
It was
the
like
neighbors
4
had to
houses with one
designate
line with
times.
different- Well, it'd be like different rings with someone who's trying to call you.
Hmm. Yeah, my dad told me about that. When he was little, they had a party line in the neighborhood he was in with his parents. Awesome.
So this way just leads you back into Jessie May's room. So we have a whole bunch of dolls, tea set.
Now, are these any of the original pictures? No.
And most of the boys, like everybody was in a dress until they were like 2 or 3. Until they
Really?
were like pie trained, and then boys went to suits because it was easier when they're younger in dresses. And then when they were pie trained, they went to suits.
I'm glad I grew up after they did.
It was just like easier, I guess. So I don't know.
Makes sense. And what's this thing? I had forgotten to ask you. That's just to play
Those-
with dolls?
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, I didn't see these. All right. Is that it?
Nope, we have upstairs.
Oh.
But you can see we have them again, and then we have this little lullaby too.
I remember that lullaby.
So before we go upstairs, I'm just gonna show you we have more dolls, and then this is a suit, and we have a little kid. That's picture that's connected to the suit.
All right.
And then we have different like dresses up there too. Because everybody got christened in a dress.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now we go upstairs. There's already a group upstairs, but we can still go.
Alrighty.
I really wasn't, I was very skeptical.
Before we go in there, I'll just talk about this. So if you go down the street, it's Brooksville and Jefferson. On the right, it's the SunTrust Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in the early 1900s, it was the Vermont Hotel. Everybody went to the Vermont Hotel. There's a picture here and a painting right there. Everybody went there and everybody signed in. And it was just big and fancy. Well, in 1918, it did get burnt down in a fire. Only thing taken out was the sign book.
Oh,
They donated it to us.
nice.
And then we just have some, like, a bunch of kids. It's wiring, you see, it's actually all
country, we have a lot of Mayan things. This guy went and collected all these things and brought it back, and then it's not legal to take things out, but it is illegal to put them back. We found them.
Right.
So he had a lot of stuff that he didn't know what to do with them, so he let us show him.
Nice.
And then we have old cameras and a little shrine of Wikiwachi. Right above you is the kind of like the fourth floor, not really, but we don't go up there. It's just one room. It's windows and walls. It's just a triangle piece, a little peak of the house. But we like to show you. They usually just go up there to like dry out crops and like open it for ventilation because heat rises.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, that's smart.
And see, Elvis went to Wikiwachi. They also say that he ate at Coney Island, the little food place.
I see that bulletin board every time I go up 19. I won't get in the video if they don't want to be in the video.
Do you edit it later?
No.
No?
No, straight shot all the way through. That's one of the key things that I do. I don't ever edit anything. Yeah.
So when you're ready, we can go and
All
spot
right.
your step.
Okay. Excuse me. Oops.
I love this house. I came here a year ago and I wanted to start volunteering. I started working and I never had time. I finally got the time. When did Treasure not want to come over here?
Oh, I did the whole top for her.
Yeah, there's a wasp over there.
So the shingles are original. They're cedar, but they're now covered with a tin roof for weather purposes.
They don't.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Now, do you know who would have occupied these rooms up here, or were these just like
So
storage?
This was built when Dr. Stringer built the 10 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So because the courthouse caught on fire twice, a lot of the records did disappear.
Right.
So one theory that we do have is that Dr. Stringer had a lot more money and he did his practice in the house. So we
Okay.
believe that he could have had a servant up here because it's really high.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 windows for ventilation. And it's like big. And out this window there's a little square like porch kind of for if like he had a servant to get fresh air and stuff. So he could have had one because he did his practice in here. He had 2 kids and a wife, so his wife could have run errands, servant could have cleaned, cooked, stuff like that.
He was,
Sounds right.
He's kind of in really bad health because he was in the Iraq War. He was in the army. He was infantry. He was an infantryman.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of our story too.
I was trying to see if there was that chandelier that was still there, but I couldn't see it.
Oh yeah, we have
Up on the top up there.
I never knew we had one up there.
I
know
mean,
we
I
have
don't
that
know
one.
if it's there or not. I saw the top part of it.
Is it like black with like little candles?
I can't even.
know. It's just, it looks like it's
Brass. All right.
Good.
Hmm.
Anything else you want to see up here?
No. The one thing I really wanted to see was the room with all the military stuff in it.
Yep, we have the doctor's room and then that room.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we have 3 more rooms. The doctor's
Oh,
room,
all right.
then we have the military room, and then we have the kitchen.
Oh, wow, there's a downstairs?
Yep, there's 3 more rooms.
Oh, cool.
Talk really slow.
But they could live on that site and you could have a business here. So what they would do is they would come in the front door, they'd sit here in the hallway, and then you call them and the list over there shows you everything he did. Leg, like $100, This one I thought was crazy. For giving an opinion on a Negro law.
So this is our kitchen. So over here we have this ice box, and it's round, so it has a Lazy Susan. So the ladies loved it at first, but they hated the shape of it because do you know what ice came in back then? What shape?
Blocks?
And this is round. So they would have to take their time to shape down the ice. It took forever. They could have been doing something else. So it only lasted 3 years, and then they got rid of it.
Okay. So an original ice box, or, well, ice barrel looks like.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
people
pretty
say
cool,
they
though.
never, they always see square, they've never seen round. And then I'm like, here you go.
That is odd.
So we have 2 washing machines. We have a hand cranked with a wringer. This one is a Maytag. The lady who had it, it's from 1920s. The lady who had it changed the gas to electric, and she was using it in her basement, and it was still usable when she donated it to us.
Wow. Built to last.
So there's a little picture of her standing next to it.
I'm sure she cooked a lot of good stuff.
Well, that she would wash her clothes.
Oh. I'm
It's a
looking over.
washing
I'm looking
machine.
over here at this thing, and I'm already
Yeah,
thinking
these
food.
two washing machines. This stove was the first stove in school to make hot lunches. The
Okay, I read
ladies
that
found
online.
it in an article. They sent all the men to go get it. They brought it back and cooked the first hot lunch.
Nice.
And do you know what this is? It's not a cheese grater. So,
I have no idea. I have no idea.
it's a toaster.
Oh.
You would put your bread on these sides and then toast one side and then flip it around and toast the other. And this one's also a toaster, but this one is electric.
Okay.
This one is not.
That's pretty cool. Definitely old.
So this is for baking. All you need for baking, it has this to roll out, flour, salt, sugar, whatever you need for baking.
Is that something that would grind it up
Mhm.
to make it into fine powder?
Yes.
That's cool.
And then you can roll this stuff out on here and baking. Then we have 3 vacuums.
Those are dinosaurs, man. Wow.
The one on the left reminds me of elementary school because I used to have one, but it was black. Never
Mhm.
picked up anything and it was very loud.
Yeah.
And we have a pantry and we have these rug beaters in different shapes.
Excellent. Whoops. Oh man.
This is also a washing machine, and the inside is like a three-legged stool, and then you just go like this, and then back, and you just do it all the way. You keep going, it turns in, washes your clothes, and then we also have a wringer, because every old washing machine usually had a wringer
Mm-hmm.
to dry it. Wring your water out of your clothes. We have different irons. The small ones are lace irons because your lace is so fragile and thin that if you put a 20-pounder on there, it would burn your lace in like an instant.
Okay. So this is just something you just put on top of the stove to heat up and then
Yep.
iron them like that?
For like these two, lady would get 2 of these and like 1 handle probably came with it. And then she put both of them on the stove, and then when one got hot, she would take the handle, iron. When it got cold, put it back on the stove, take the handle off, and use the other one.
Makes sense.
So she didn't have to wait for it to just keep heating up.
Right. Yeah, let it wrinkle while the other one's heating.
So that's how they would iron, and then because lace is so fragile and thin, they would use little tiny ones.
Very interesting. And what's this thing? Is that another fridge?
No, this is an outdoor oven. It's flameless, so you would like put food in it, and I guess the sun would cook it.
Okay.
This one, you would put food in here, and these 3 things, and there's another 3 things, and then you would put hot stones on top, close them, put more hot stones on, come back a little bit later and be cooked. So like, if you went camping, you could put your food in, heat it up, go somewhere, like walk around and stuff, and then come back and your food's
Come back
cooked.
to a hot meal. Hey, good stuff. Now these things look interesting. What are those?
They're like nut graters.
Oh, okay.
And these are either salt and pepper shakers or they're pie birds. I have 2 of them. They're pie birds.
Now
And
what
we
is
didn't-
that?
Yeah, we didn't know what they were at first. It's you put it in your middle of the pie while it's baking, and then steam goes through it, so it evenly bakes your pie.
Interesting.
Yeah, we never knew what that was.
I
And we
didn't either.
had them. And we're like, what is this? So we looked them up. They're pie birds or salt shakers. and pepper.
Okay. Do they still, I mean, those are still common?
I don't think so.
No?
I've never seen them anywhere except I found them in my house.
Oh.
So like, I've never seen them anywhere. Probably like bakers could use them for pies, but I've never seen just like salt and pepper shakers in restaurants.
Right, right.
Some guy had it as an actual person.
What is this?
That I think is to put your egg in.
To put what in?
An egg?
Oh, like a hard-boiled egg or something, or? It just looks interesting.
Yeah. I know these are for matches. You bring matches in there.
That was actually dropped off our.
And then you have your hand beaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was young enough when I was growing up to use kind of something like that, but not that old.
I think I have a pair at home because I live with my grandmother.
Done.
Right here, we have a 17th New York State Artillery,
Alright.
back from the 1800s.
What else is up there? Is that just holding that vent?
Yeah.
This uniform right here was worn by this man right here, and this uniform was worn by this man. All the pictures you see here, people are the men with the uniform.
That pie right there, that fake pie is making me hungry.
So you got
Yeah,
army
curator
here,
changes it like every year. We have this cooking book too.
Navy, Army. This is the guy who wore this
Old
uniform. This is
eggs.
actually
I
one
hope
of
there's
our
nothing in there.
wife, who's still here today. This is his uniform. You got a newer Marine Corps uniform. And
It's
this
an now we're gonna go this way to the
That way?
doctor's room.
All right.
The military room will be last. So this is the doctor's room. We believe Dr. Sharon performed here for 40 years for a few reasons. One, you close all the pop doors, and you go around the house, and patients could come in here. Two, a door, extra door, and three, an original exit sign. Kind of gives it away. So over here we have two pictures, one of Dr. Sharon and one of his other son, because one became a doctor and one became a lawyer, or a judge actually.
Good professions.
This is a baby incubator from the 1940s. It says that Dr. Sharon was an early promoter. He was trying to get it out there because now it saves many babies' lives. Started like this in the 1940s.
And what's this thing? Is that part of the equipment?
No, it's something different.
Oh, okay.
In the cases, on the right we have regular, in the middle we have optical, and on the end we have veterinarian. Dr. Sharon did not perform all these, but we have them donated, so we put them in here.
Awesome.
That's veterinarian.
Those look like some serious like needle things, man. I don't like needles.
Well, if you have big animals, we need like a big needle.
Yeah.
Over here, these like things are used to like hold the bowl, like the nose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Scared.
What's this thing? Looks like a satellite dish.
Yeah. So over here, this table was the only operating X-ray delivery table in the Broad Street Hospital. It was the only one.
Okay.
And this is an autoclave. It was also in the Broad Street Hospital. It's used to like clean all your tools, sterilize them. It's still
Mhm.
the most effective way today.
Yep. Yep.
We still use it in hospitals, dentists, medical
Mhm.
offices, but it's a little bit different because of the size.
They're a lot smaller now.
Well, we have more technology, so it's just
Right.
advanced. But same concept.
Mm-hmm. Things were built a lot bigger back then. Now this thing is, you said this was an X-ray?
Yes.
That's really odd. I've never seen an X-ray like quite like this one.
So over here is the barber's chair. And you know the poles outside the barber's chair?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it was blue and white, they cut hair and shave. If it was blue, white, and red, they could cut hair, shave, pick out lights, pull out teeth, do small stitches. Also up here it says they did bloodletting.
So you talking about the barber pole thing that spins?
So if it had red, they could do all that stuff.
Wow. See, I never knew all of that. That's cool. Cause see, all the barbers now are all red, white, and blue.
Well, they only cut hair and shave, but back then they did way more.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Go to the doctor, or go to the barber to get your tooth pulled. Alright, awesome.
So we have a dentist chair with all its pliers. And we have a teeth up there with two dentures.
That's what my dad does. He's gonna love this part of the video.
And we have two wheelchairs. This one was made of a rocking chair. That one looked very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was designed too much for comfort.
But I think this one's cool because it's made of a rocking chair. So.
Yeah, this one's nice. I like this one. I'd go right around in it.
Any questions?
No.
And you can see the pocket drawers go through the whole first floor. Are you ready? We'll go into the last room.
All right.
This is the military room.
Inside here is a walking seat. It is actually electric. And
One question, do you know what this flag is?
No, I don't.
No guesses?
Well, there's not enough stars for the 13 original colonies.
Turn it off.
It's the Confederate flag.
Continue your load of
The one behind you is the Confederate battle flag, only supposed to be flown on the field of battle. So
Okay.
it's the same thing, it's just this one, field of battle, this one, like trucks and houses and stuff like that.
That's interesting. I never knew that. That's really interesting.
I
I always see this
yeah,
one.
I never see this one, but like,
I guess we're all just a bunch of rebels. What is this thing?
this is the 1600s Navy swivel canyon. So it'd be on a ship.
That's cool.
And this is a musket barrel, and it's bent,